Okay, so today I am going to be reviewing a life model that I utilize to create happiness within myself. Before I get into the conversation, I just want to share the disclaimer that these are my personal opinions, they're subjective, and may not reflect the views of others, and there are no guarantees. This is for informational and entertainment purposes only. So, what is a model? The definition taken from dictionary.com states that a model is a standard or example for imitation or comparison. Okay, so there's no hard or fast rule regarding models, it's just an example and a standard. Taken from a recent video of Hero on a Mission, we are all born into a story. Then meaning is added to our stories, either culturally, from parents, family, friends, our own experiences from the past. We add meaning to those stories. Ultimately, though, we are all responsible for our choices. Okay. But sometimes there's too much information around for us to make a good choice, right? We need some type of example that we can use as a framework to start from. And having a model helps pull those things together and create a compass to allow us to follow. So, what I'm going to discuss is this life model. I call it a happiness hack. It's very, very simple. And as I progressed through life, I realized there were certain things that once they happened, it made me a little bit happier. So, I'm going to share it with you. And it's really just three steps: the learn, the build, and the share. So, learn. One of the things that we have to recognize is that our brains continue to evolve over time. If you're interested in that topic, I suggest you review more about neuroplasticity. But basically, our brains and our mindset can completely change our outlook on life. For instance, feel a little unhappy, try picking up a book that you were interested in and see what happens. Try involving yourself in an activity that you love and see how that changes your mood. Okay, second is build. So we were made in the image of our creator. So why wouldn't we want to create? We get enjoyment building something that is meaningful to us. For instance, I know a few friends. They've recently been interested in macrame. To me, it's like I guess a new school knitting, but they spend hours upon a time, and they say it makes them feel so much calmer and happier when they do it. So building something definitely has an effect on us. Finally, share. So we learn, we build, but we are part of a community. And part of our happiness lies in being able to share and contribute something of value to others. All right, so these are the three simple stages, really: learn, build, share. And what I'm going to do now is just show you how it applies to me, my own personal model. So, learn. I read lots and lots and lots and lots of books. Okay, I love learning. I watch documentaries. I take classes and trainings. You know, there are many times that basically I go down a path, I take a class, and what happens next? I get a certification in that class, and then I ended up being certified in something that I never thought that I would ever be interested in the first place, just from taking one class. Okay, and I pay attention to the world around me. You know, there's so much stuff that you can see when you just be still and not be busy and just look around and see what's going on around you. All right. Secondly, build. Taking all of that information, I like to build financial models and I like to build life models. Going back to our definition is just really an example to follow. One of these that I'm showing you right now is a life model. I like building those. In the past, I liked creating songs, building presentations. I liked building presentations and putting everything together. I liked building courses. Eventually, I will be going back to building some courses, just kind of putting all the information together. Ultimately, I like building solutions. And maybe for some people, maybe they never do it, but recently I've enjoyed journaling. I have maybe about 8 different books lying around the house in which I randomly put my thoughts to eventually connect all the dots together to create maybe one of these models. And finally, I could learn, I can build, I can go up in my mountain and just sit there and, spend time by myself. But ultimately, part of the happiness is being able to share it with family and friends. When I was teaching, I would share it with some students. When I was consulting, I would share it with clients. And basically, now that I've built this YouTube site, I'm sharing my thoughts with anyone who might be interested. And to me, that brings a level of happiness. So, how does this apply for the person watching this video? Think about it from the perspective of what do you enjoy learning? And maybe you don't know what you enjoy learning. Maybe you should look at the build section. What do you enjoy building? And then from build, you can trace it back to what do you need to learn in order to build it. So what do you want to build? Maybe it's some special project. Like I know right now my wife is trying to build out her garden. She's been talking about that for a while, and now she has a little time, and her garden will make her happier. Maybe it's an environment that you're trying to create, an environment of safety, loving environment. Maybe it's a relationship that you're working on, some other improvement, healthy, physically active, your career. What is it that you want to build, and what do you need to learn more about in order to build it? And then once you've built it, what knowledge have you gained in the process that you would like to share with others? Who else needs your time? That's part of sharing as well, sharing your time. And how much do you have to give? That's another question, because you don't have infinite amounts of time. So how much do you have to give? All right. So that's basically the simple model: learn, build, share. I hope that there's something that I said in the presentation that resonates with you. And until next time, have a great day.